Hey guys, CG here, and today I'm going to be showing you how to build this mansion house thing. Well, what's it? Doohickey. It is quite large and it takes a good amount of materials, so I'm going to go ahead and read those off for you right now. You're going to need 75 wooden slabs, 231 torches, 608 glass, 1,170 logs, 1,260 wooden stairs, and 3,902 planks. So, I'm going to go ahead and go into the building world. Oh, by the way, if you're wondering, this is the world on my server, Build All You Can. This is just a floating island I found, because they apparently exist, and I was not aware of that. We've got a cool world generator. So, yeah, I'm going to go ahead and go to the tutorial world now. Okay, first things first, I'm actually going to be using two types of planks. I'm going to be using spruce for the floor, and I'm going to be using oak for the walls. And the oak wood as the pillar things. Madoohickey whatsits. So, the basic thing of this house is it's all made of cubes. So, basically, the house is made out of this design thing. So you always have a 3x3 in the center of all the logs. So, keeping that in mind, we start off with 2 logs. This is going to be the front of our house, somewhere around here. So I'm going to build 5 logs. So I've got 2, 3, 4, and 5. 3 blocks in between each. 1, 2, 3, yeah. And then I'm going to continue on the right side. I'm going to go back 2, 1, 2. Okay, so looks like this right now. And then I'm going to go over 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 blocks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so now if you look at it from here, it's even. But yeah, that's what we have so far. Then we're going to build 3 more this way. That's 3, 2, 3. That's probably sounded a bit confusing. I meant 3 in between, just to make sure that I wasn't building too many or too little. So we've got, I'm going to go ahead and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it's got 5, and then a 1, 2, 3, including the 5th one here. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Ooh, is that right? Yes, that is right. Okay. And then we've got 1, 2, 3, 4 in the back. So, then we're going to go back. Ooh, 3 more. So we go 1, 2, 3. That is pretty far off. Let me make sure these line up. So, there we go. Ignore the chat. Some weird players, but don't mind that. So then we have 3 more backwards. 1, 2, 3. And then I'm actually going to come over to this side because we've just got a long wall connecting those back here. And I really don't want to have to build that. So we're going to build, I believe it's 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. No, 4. We're going to add 4. So we've got 3, 1, 2, 3, 4. So 2, 3, 4. Okay, so if you look at it, this one should line up with this one. And then we're going to go out 2 here. There we go. And then we're going to go back until we meet up with that log right there. So we've got 3, 3, 3. Alright, and now we're just going to meet up the logs in the back. I think that's 3. Having some trouble counting. Although, when don't I have troubles counting? Okay, I think we counted that alright. So that is the exterior layout of the house. Basically, there are some walls on the inside that I'm going to show you how to build now. So on this middle one, we're just going to have a 1 3-block gap. Then we have another log here. Now this is just going to continue along here. So we're going to go there, 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 there. I did not count that right, and that is very visible. Okay, there we go. So basically these are going to be the walls, and then those will be open, but we'll see more of how that works once we actually get building. So then, over here at the front, we're going to build another wall right here. This outlining can actually seem pretty tedious, but it's probably the most tedious part except for the roof building. So once you get through this, then we're ready. So I've just added 3 right there. And then we're going to add 2 more right here. There we go. There's another overhead view. And then we're going to add one right here. And then we're going to add one right here. And this one's going to come back. Like that. There we go. So we've built the basic outline of the house now. What we're going to do is we're just going to add 3 onto every single one of these. 1, 2, 3. So now it's 4 in height. I'm going to go ahead and do that, and I'll be right back. Okay, as you can see, they're all now 4 blocks tall, and they still look like a jumbled giant mess. So we're going to be fixing that now. Well, yes, we are. So we're just going to connect the top of all the outside ones first. I'll be right back when I'm finished with that so you can see what it's supposed to look like. Okay, so as you can see, I've just outlined the outside of the house now. You just connect the pillars, nothing too complicated. And now, we're going to do the inside. Woo! So I'm just going to connect these 2 right here, so we have an opening right there. And then here, I'm going to connect these 2, and I'm actually going to connect this entire wall and not connect it to the outer wall. So now, it should look something like that. And then here, we're going to close that gap. That one, that one, that one, that one, that one, that one, and that one. So, that is the basic design for the first floor. Now what we're going to do, we're going to add the windows. So on all of the outside walls, just add 3 planks to the bottom. And then we're going to have our glass, which is going to just fill these parts in right there. So I'll go ahead and do both of those, and I'll come back to you. Okay, so as you can see, the outer walls have begun to take shape. All I've done is what I said I would do. I just filled in the top 6 blocks with glass and the bottom 3 with the wall material, which I'm using oak planks, as I said before. And now what we're going to do is just fill in the inside walls with your wall material, which, once again, I used oak planks. So I'll go ahead and finish that and be right back. Okay, there we go. So as you can see, I've just added the planks into the inner walls. So now, that is actually the first floor complete. Now all we have to do is fill in this right here with your floor material. It can, of course, you could use oak wood for all of this, but since I'm a fancy person, I'm going to use spruce, just to spruce it up a bit. So I'll go ahead and fill this in, and I'll be right back when I'm finished. Okay, so I finished building up the roof, and I'm going to just punch a hole through here right now. You'll notice the floor is still grass. You can go ahead and replace that. I really don't feel like doing that. So, now, we're going to outline the second floor, which pretty much the only change is going to be we're getting rid of this room right here. And I gotta go pull up my pictures. That's actually a pretty good one. So, we're just going to pretty much use the same log points, except ignore that little room over there. So as you can see, all I've done, just added another log on top of where the other logs came through the roof, except for this room over here, because no one likes that room. So, I'm just going to go ahead and do the exact same thing we did down here. I'm going to build these 3 more up, connect them at the top, put your wall material there, and fill these in with glass, and I'll be back once that's finished. Okay, there we go. One thing I did do is I also filled in the roof. It was the same thing we did downstairs, and I didn't think you needed to see that. So, now we have pretty much the second story done. I'm going to move on to the third story now. And if I'm correct, the third story actually only includes the core parts of the house. So we leave off this section right here. We leave that down on the second. We leave this front part down on the second. So we only have these areas right here. I guess I'll go ahead and show you. So just these parts right here. Now I'm gonna go ahead and put a log there, just aesthetic, but aesthetic. Just to make it look better, basically, is what I'm trying to say, but I can't pronounce it. So you just... This is the, oh, goodness gracious. So, there we go. Those are the only parts of the houses that we're going to be raising to the third floor, and then there's one more floor after this, so not too much further to go. Now I'm going to go ahead and do the same thing up here again. See how it's just a pattern? Just add on 4 and keep doing that. You know you love it. Okay, there we go. I've gone ahead and built them up and done all the stuff that I said I would do. So now I'm just going to do the same thing. Going to add the oak wood. Don't mind this. There's going to be a roof covering this area anyway. So any little things like that you can usually keep. If you were to ever build a doorway, let's say here, and you didn't want that showing, there is a block beneath, so you can just go ahead and do that. But I am going to leave that for now. So I'm just going to go ahead and replicate the same thing, or I'm going to do the same things we've been doing for the previous floors. Okay, so what I'm actually going to go ahead and do is I'm going to go ahead and build a room. Now, this room is actually going to be a little different. There are going to be two. There's going to be one here, and there's also going to be one here, which means I'm going to have to separate them, and I want to put a pole here. Now, if I were to cover this up, it might show on the second floor, so I'm just going to go ahead and break that log, because it's not going to show on this floor anyway. So, that's just what you would do if you were in my situation. Use your floor material. And I'm not going to connect to the logs like this either, just in case there's not a wall there on the next floor. And, like I said, simple way to add the doors. You can just do this. That's perfectly fine. And then I'm going to go ahead and fill in this roof, and then we're done with the third floor once I add the glass, which I will also do off camera. Okay, there we go. So the third floor is finished, and the final fourth floor is probably the easiest floor I'm going to force you to build. So, yeah, okay, I know what I'm doing. So we're just going to just get the first part, like this. Now, I am going to add log there, and log there, just to make it better looking. And we're going to do the, guess what? Same thing up here. So, I'll be back right when this is finished. Okay, one thing. You see how you have these in the floor? If you don't want them in the floor, like I said before, making rhymes all day, every day, you can just fill them in with your floor material because they're not visible below. And out here, this part, I'm pretty sure is actually visible. So I'm going to leave it like that. If I'm correct, it is visible. Yes, yeah. Yes, it is. Okay. Just had to... No, it's not. It doesn't matter. It's important to me. So I'm just going to go ahead and continue where I left off before. Okay, there we go. That's the fourth floor, and let me get to the front of the house so you can see what it should kind of look like right now without any roof. This is what it's supposed to look like at this point in time. So, that's all nice and dandy and all, but the roof, this thing has the most annoying to build roof, and I'm not going to sugarcoat that at all because it is extremely annoying to build. So, I am going to look back at the pictures I've taken out of them. Okay, let's just start on the parts of the roof that I actually have the pictures taken of. I'm going to use the wall material to make the I'll actually use my floor material. You can, of course, use whatever you wish to use. So, first part, I think, at least. Yes, first part that has a roof is this part right here. So, what you do is you take your stair like this, and you can see it goes up to here. So we're going to want to start building as if we had a wall. And we're actually going to build this up and connect it here, just to make it look that much better. Okay, so then you just build this up here like that. And then you can build the roof over there or something. You know what, now that I think about it, I'm just going to use the wall material stairs because I think they just work better with themselves. So let's just add these back. There we go. That looks a lot better. Now I'm going to bring it out this way by one, and this is extremely tedious to do in survival mode, especially if you don't have access to any sort of flying. So I'm also going to build the stairs underneath, just to add a little more, what's the term, depth to them. And then we're going to build over to this side. I'll go ahead and build over now. Oopsie doopsies. And stairs are really annoying to place, especially at angles. So just keep that in mind when you're making this roof. You of course don't have to make the roof if you don't want to. We won't think any lesser of you. Because this thing is probably not one of the easiest roof designs I've ever made. And then once you've done this, you just want to build over with all your stairs. I mean, that's probably the easiest part of this entire roof, so I'll go ahead and get on that. Alright, there we go. So as you can see, I've just built the roof over, and I did forget to do this right here. There we go. Now, we're also going to build a roof on top of this. I don't remember how we do it. Okay, we do it like I thought we did. We have stairs, and they just go up like this. Then we're gonna have a slab on top. That's why all those slabs were needed in the material list. So then we just do this, and then we have boom, 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 boom. We'll put the slab right there on top of that stair. Making rhymes all day, because that's my job, son. Okay, why don't we go ahead and get the slab, because I'll forget to do that, and then I'll be angry with myself for my crimes. So you just spam click your way over, I guess. It's the only true way to do it. And then we do that. And just build this over. And once I'm finished with this, I will go ahead and finish that. Actually, I'll just go ahead and finish it now. You've seen me do this enough. Okay, there we go. So, we got on to the even worse part of the roof. But first, a less worse part of the roof. We're going to do this guy down here. So 1, 2, 3, 4. That was too far. 1, 2, 3, 4. So we're gonna have the stairs come up like this. There. So then we have these stairs just go up here, and they're just gonna meet with the house. Right, there we go. Then we can expand it out this way. And of course we can connect it like this just to make it look like it's all following the same design, which I mean it is. So okay, when you get to this point, all I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna curve that off. I mean, I guess you could come over to like there if you wanted to. You know what, why not? Let's keep it like that. So it makes it look like it's slicing right into the house. And another thing, I'm just going to cover up all the windows that it like messes with. Like that. And like that. And like that. So that it looks less weird. And finally we get to do this roof right here. I actually forgot to connect these stairs. There we go. So we've got almost all of the roof done except for this ultra fun roof bit right here. Oh, luckily CJ just happens to have a perfect picture with him. Oh, that's wrong, isn't it? I mean, that does have to be wrong. Yeah, okay. Well, looks like I'm pretty much on my own for this one. Here's what I'll do. Worry. Okay, I need help with myself. Boom, 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 boom. Whoops, I'm going to build it up like that. Actually, this looks pretty correct. I know that doesn't sound good enough, but I do actually think this is how it was. I now doubt that that is how it was. Hold on, I'll figure this out eventually. Here's what I'll try. I'll try coming down here, and then we're just going to build up. You know what, I think it actually meets like in the center right here, which is why everything seems so weird. Okay, and then connect all of these right here. There we go, that's it. That's it right there. Now, let's try to make this look a little less hideous. See what little stuff it takes to fix it. What I'm actually going to do is I'm also going to punch a window through here. And at least just for show right there. Just so it looks a little better on the outside, because it looks a bit empty. See, that looks better. So then I'm going to extend these guys outwards. We're nearly done. I'm probably going to do the interior in a separate video because I've already been recording for 38 minutes. I don't know how long the video is going to be on your time, but it's 38 on mine, so. Then we just do the underside of these. Like a soda. Okay, there we go. Now I'm just going to expand it this way. Okay, there we go. I finished the roof on this part, and that part. That is the entire exterior of the house complete. Tune in next time in my building tutorials for a tutorial on the inside, how I built the rooms, lighting, all of that fun stuff. So I'll see you guys in that video. I don't know how long that's going to take, and I'm not going to make empty promises about when I'm actually going to get that released. So just look out for it is all I have to say. It may take maybe a month or two. Who knows? So, thank you guys for watching. If you enjoyed the video, go ahead and leave a like. And if you enjoy my content, go ahead and subscribe. Thank you guys for watching. Bye.